in the gospel we just heard. Jesus has just read from the book of the prophet Isaiah. And he's focused in on this particular passage that is about hope. It's about hope following the exile of Israel. It's about restoration. It's about a new day in the life of Israel, a new kind of freedom. It's about hope for the poor, but it's about a new start. Isaiah talks about the Jubilee year, which is complex in the history of Israel, but it was seen as a time when debts were forgiven in toto, when those that had to part with family property were given back that property, when slaves were freed. It was a kind of get-out-of-jail-free card. The Jubilee marked a new day. Now, there's no record, I should say, in the history of Israel of this ever happening. But it's certainly articulated in Leviticus as an ideal that God desires to share this new start. Nothing's so gone that it can't be renewed. Nothing is so lost that it can't be reclaimed. Now, everyone listening that day in the synagogue loves the message. We're told in the gospel text that they almost wanted to put Jesus on their shoulders and carry him around the town. They're so excited and so invested in this image of renewal and restoration. They embrace Jesus until he points to the implications of this message of restoration and a new day. You see, Jesus uses two examples to point to people outside the community being offered the mercy, grace, wholeness, and health offered by God. We point to this widow who was probably of Syrophoenician origin, a non-Jew. Jesus points to Naaman, who was the commander in the Syrian army, who was cured of leprosy by the prophet Elisha. And the crowd in the synagogue begins to understand that the love of God isn't just about them, but that God has a bigger plan that can't be contained by a single community, a single race, a single people, chosen or not. And what happens when the community recognizes this? What's their first instinct? To take Jesus to the hillside and toss him off. As Jesus proclaims the limitless mercy and love of God, those that are supposed to understand it and partake of it and share it in the most unique way possible want to kill him. Now the crowd's not so sure about Jesus. I guess the message isn't as good when it's not yours as a possession or an object. I don't know why people of faith have always sought to hold relationship with God as an object or as some kind of right, rather than the gift that it is. I don't know why people of faith often seek to shut the doors and lock others out, content with those already chosen. I have never understood how followers of Jesus could so easily overlook the heart of the gospel message. Friends, there is good news in all of this. The good news is the same. It's always been the same. That God desires to work with us and through us. And God eternally extends us an invitation to be part of this unfolding mystery of God's love. But there's even better news. Even better news. And that is that God is capable and willing to work around us if need be.